Hello and welcome to episode 1, part 2, our Shaman journey. We find ourselves in Durotar, just outside Orgrimmar, and we're going to be headed for the moment to Tirisfal Glades. The idea is that we want to get some of the early Undercity quests done so that we get some rep benefit from it, which will help us later on as we progress through our journey. The idea being to get honoured so that we can reduce our repair costs, flight costs, and travel about the world. Now, depending what Zeppelin arrives first, it doesn't matter what you take. Getting the Strangle Veil one flight point early can be a good thing. But if there's Zeppelin straight to under waves first, we do want to grab Stranglethorn Veil one at some point. Oh, I'll take the direct flight this time. Here first. If we hit level 10 while we're in Tirisfal Glades, we will simply leave there and return the Durotar, because at level 10 we want to go and pick up our Cauldron Stirrer. Somebody helpfully linked earlier actually. This weapon. Compare it with ours, it's huge. It's crazy damage upgrade. It's pretty much best in slot as far as early damage is concerned. The quest is listed for level 15, but you can pick it up at level 10, and it's actually completable. Without any combat. You have to be a little bit mindful to avoid some mobs if you don't want to fight them, but it's completely possible to complete the quest line and get the reward. Most other weapons that early on self-found people can obtain require lots of silver to purchase. But not this one, which was why it's so good. Another reason, of course, is that so many classes can use it. I think it's just rogues can't. I don't think we want any of the rest of these. I think it's probably just the starting area we'll complete. Oh, hang on. This quest we will definitely grab. Sorted. Let's grab the quests that we are able to do as we go.
Speak quickly.
So, like it is faster to level in a different fashion. most certainly. I think continuing to quest and level in Durotar would be speedier. The disadvantage of that, though, is that as you increase in level, for every level past the level of the quest, the sorry, for every level after 5 levels past the level of the quest, you lose something from the amount of reputation gain. So these are level 2 quests. We're level 7. It's a difference of 5. That's fine. Scavengers. And we want mindless and wretched zombie. Should. Yeah, I just want to reiterate that it's most definitely not the XP that we're looking for here. We're looking for
Hello.
reputation gain.
Goodbye. Cause no.
Speak quickly. What would you ask of death? This had better be good.
Scavenged goods and rattle cages. The scavenged goods can appear in these houses and between these houses and behind these particular two houses. But they are not inside as they often are. There should be some down the side here very often. Probably some in here. I'll try in here. Oh, there's not supplies where there are often supplies. Take the chest though. Okay, there are often some in the blacksmith. Here as well. That's all scavenged goods. We'll start this end for rattle cages. We'll see how much our experience shift getting Samuel Phipps means. Should be okay to do Nightwords Hollow. Oh, nice. We just got a pouch shot. And what's left is to bury this and then hand in the quest. It's a nice one. Um, having
What
it's level
is
3.
it? Our time will come. Farewell.
Playing the clock.
Speak quickly. Goodbye.
Or
Now. Trust no one. I have exactly what you need. Beware, our enemy.
I'm listening. Do not.
it's increased our Undercity reputation huge amount so far.
ask of death? Watch your back. What is it? Remember, patience, discipline.
The 10 to 6. 9. Seventeen to 22. 17 to 21. That's faster. 29 to 30. 27 to 31. You better just use slightly faster, given rock fighter adds so much damage. So we want the pumpkins. Oh, busy. When the things spawn just left. Yeah, these 3 maybe. Too close. Well, I think it's best just to stand where they're going to spawn. Cool. cloth. It's funny how they all run down. Didn't I? I'd rather stand where they're going to appear than watch. Oh, that like a. Be a multi-boxer of some sort, by the look of it. With all their characters running together. So, we'll hand all these in and see at what level that leaves. I think there's one quest to come back to the start area for anyway. That's level 5 or 6, I remember. Whereas the Duratar quest got a 7+, so we don't need to worry about those. This will be a nice sort of starting rep for Undercity anyway. Hey Connor, yes, we made it to 60 on the Paladin this morning. And we've started our next journey, Shaman. Looking forward to some early tanking, perhaps. Certainly the low-level dungeons. And then maybe transitioning into DPS and heal. It was nice to hit 60 with the Paladin. So it feels good to have that locked away, finished. Yeah, it's weird. Like I think I've said before, the questing experience and leveling experience Horde side, everything flows. You can go to a zone, enjoy a zone, play through it, and then go to the next one. Like the early Alliance zones, it felt like you had to go to one for a bit and then hop to another and hop to another and hop to another, and only then, like, were there enough quests and enough experience just by playing the game to let you progress across them all. It felt very limiting, and the only way that you'd be able to get around that would be to just stop and grind mobs.
The shadows beckon.
And that's not so fun, especially since Retribution Paladin, the leveling kind of falls off late game. It slows down, it stops being so fun. Yeah, on Horde, like we had to do.
Embrace the shadow.
I only ever really did dungeons once, with the exception of Alderman, because you kind of have to do it twice the way Horde's quest works for the necklace. But like every other dungeon, like we didn't have to run it again. We generally just did one and maybe a repeat if we were helping somebody else quest or something. But Alliance, it just sort of felt like it was necessary to run the dungeons to fill in some sort of gap that existed.
Speak quickly. Watch your back.
Whereas Horde leveling, like you get close to the maximum level, and it feels like you've got multiple areas to choose from that all have huge numbers of quests. Like you've got loads to do in Ferralas. You've got like somewhere in the region of 30 quests to do in Hinterlands. There are loads of and like Hinterlands for the Alliance has maybe 8 to 10 quests that you can do. And they don't get as many in Ferralas either. It sort of just felt kind of empty. Like you've got Alliance has like Airy Peak and a couple of collection quests and the long sharp beak chain. But there's really not much there for the Alliance at all. They get a couple of quests from what is it, Sonaris and Paralas to visit the hinterlands and like take a picture of Gamarita or whatever. And that's it. It just feels like this massively wasted zone.
What would you ask of death? Trust no one. Farewell.
It's I don't know, it's weird.
And you are. Dark Lady, watch over you.
I mean, they get to do
Embrace the
the
shadow.
Jinitha Allure zone. But there's no, because they don't really have quests there themselves, they're not really incentivized to explore it. The only things that they have there are the ancient egg quest that leads on to Sunken Temple. So they need to go back to the back of the elite cave at the top, and the save Sharpbeak chain if you've done it, which you need to kill Priestess Hex and then save Griffin. Then quest-wise, you're done. There's no reason to go around and kill the mobs. Whereas Horde have 6 quests for that place. One of which is quite literally to go and kill vast numbers of trolls of the various different types. So I leveled a a mage in Wrath, um, but as Alliance, but I mean that was in Wrath, so there was heirloom gear. I saw some of the quest areas. I saw some dungeons. But like because of the heirloom gear and because of the sped up questing by that point, I didn't really see much in the way of Alliance questing. Certainly not experiencing it as you do in Classic. So that was my first playthrough of pretty much all the Alliance quests. I mean, there are still some high level ones that I haven't done, but for the most part, that was
What do you require?
clearing all zones of quests because you really you really needed it. It was interesting to see. Um, I must say I got exceptionally fed up with the constant going back to major cities. That was oh that really annoyed me. It felt like every 5 or 6 quests it would be now travel back to Stormwind. Now go back to Ironforge. Oh, now go back to Stormwind and Ironforge. Now go to Stormwind, Ironforge, Elwyn Forest, Redridge, and then back to Duskwood. Then oh, and then there's that Redwood. Oh, yeah, it somewhat annoyed me. Like it's not that Horde doesn't have those sort of quests as well. It's the points where you need to return to a major city as Horde are done better. So, for example, if you go to Silverpine Forest, there are several quests which, as you progress the different quest lines, require you to go back to Undercity. But you're able to progress them all to that natural stopping point at once, so that when you come back to Brill and to Undercity, everything's turned in together. And then you can then continue, and you're only making the travel trip once. Whereas the Alliance quests won't really allow you to do that. You'll have to make that city trip multiple times because of how the returns are staged or set up. Another example of it for Horde is Feralas. You've got, is it 3 or 4 quests there that all require you to go back to Orgrimmar. But you can complete all 4 of those mini quest lines, gather all of the return quests, and then go back to Orgrimmar. And it doesn't feel bad because it's just one trip and it's a nice big chunk of XP that you're getting for the turn-ins. Like it's all about like how it's presented and how you interact with it. And I just found like I wanted to play through all of the Alliance quests because I'd not done it before, so I wanted to see everything that there was. And I just found myself sitting on various flight paths, thinking, I just want to play the game. Like that's it. I just want to play the game. Let me play. I don't, get me off the Griffin. I think I enjoyed like warrior tanking more than paladin tanking. But I think I enjoyed paladin leveling up until about 50, level 52 more than warrior leveling. I think those two classes are probably the most comparable anyway. Shaman's somewhat similar, but less tanky. You thought I'd have more patience now? I do have a lot of patience. It was really just the amount of returning. Like it just felt there was too much of it. And I don't think the quests also either, they didn't really lead you where to go. Like Elwyn kind of leads into Westfall. And Westfall at some point has you visit Redridge to introduce you to a new hub. But it didn't, other than that, it didn't feel like the zones naturally flowed into one another. Certainly not the way Horde zones do. Yes, yeah. I mean, I played through Elwyn Forest on the Paladin until level 9. And then it felt like I was very, very quickly running out of quests to do. And so I went to Dunmoreau and played through Dunmoreau. And that led through into the start of Loch Modan. And then I came back and finished Elwyn Forest and went into Westfall. and I think I hit another dead end feeling where around level 17, where I was once again forced to fight things that were my own level if I wanted to progress just by questing. And, you know, if I didn't want to stop and grind. But also, it's really awkward to get to Darkshore and Teldrassil. But you obviously you can get a boat from Menethil Harbour, but you've got to get to Menethil Harbour first, and that's the awkward bit. It's not the easy. You know, if I wasn't playing self-found, I'd just ask a mage or a you know, you'd ask for a portal to Darnassus, or you'd ask for a summon to Menethil Harbour or Oberdeen or Darnassus or whatever, and it would be easy. But if you're trying to do it as self-found without blagging portals, you've just got the wetlands run, or the wetlands skip, or alternatively swimming from Westfall all the way around the coast until you get to Menethil Harbour. I mean that's the safest, but it is by far the longest. Having investigated the wetlands, you've got level 25 mobs wandering near the road, which doesn't appear to be particularly safe to me. And then the only other option is to look up videos on how to climb the mountains and fall down safely. Which I realise it is doable, but it's not like a natural way to get there particularly. And like really, if you're wanting to go from Elwyn or Dunmoreau and travel to Teldrassil or vice versa, then you're wanting to do that at a level because you want to quest somewhere. So you're talking maybe like level 10 if you've cleared both the other areas. Maybe 13. Yeah, sure. I think the point is it's not intuitive, whereas I can walk between any of the Horde starter zones without any danger at all, really. I certainly wouldn't want to do the Baron's run at like level 5, but it's perfectly safe at 10. Going to get this Doomweed, I guess. And then we've brought Terraceful Glades up to the same level as Durata. We should be able to find and loot the Doomweed easily. Don't particularly want to kill loads of mobs for it. Mostly because we're still largely after the reputation gain rather than experience. So we're actually better able to keep the reputation gain higher and more relevant by not over leveling early. There's nice clumps of it. Sounds like we had a spawn then. Drop the Earthbind totem to slow them and run away. And now we can back to Brill. Complete these quests. Now it should get us level 9. Want to go complete this level 5 quest back here as well. Almost forgot. It's a quest that's so easily missable there. Because there's no... Once you've left Death Knell, there's actually no reason to go back there. You know, there's no quest that tells you to return. But there is a follow-up quest to your letter delivery.
And you are... I'm listening. Trust no one. What do you require?
Probably want to hit 10 either here or in Durotar or doing the Baron's run. Can't forget the free leather. The apothecary of its delivery.
What does the shadow will? I am forsaken. Remember, vigilance, discipline.
Not doing the mills overrun yet.
This had better be good.
Okay.
Victory for someone.
Do at war with Scarlet Crusade. That's a run in the opposite direction, isn't it?
Embrace the shadow.
Um,
What is it?
um, got Chill of Death. Got we can do Grave Robbers if needed. We don't need to do don't think we need to do the mills.
Speak quickly. Beware. Our enemies abound.
Can as an emergency quest, I guess. Or actually there's grave robbers. Or we can simply go back to Durotar and do the amber scraps and betrayers. Okay. I think we'll go with probably fighting these bats. Something to skin. Well, what have we got? Let's see. We can learn our shot 2, like 2, shield, fighter 2. Yeah, okay. Level 8's actually a massive level. So one of the things we're trying to keep in mind here, as far as reputation is concerned, generally speaking, when we finish all of these starting zones, we end up around level 13, 14-ish. And so having quests left at level 8 in spare zones is fine, really. Go this way and across the field. It's going to spawn on top of us. May as well deal with it immediately. Well, that is completed. Helps. So we're kind of using my I kind of have this plan as a warlock to max rep when we level the next one. This is kind of a mini test of that. Yes. Wasn't really planning in advance to do a mini test of it. It just seems to make some sense. I do like efficiency. And just link our mobs. So that's really annoying. No, no. All they had to do was keep running. Instead, got lumbered. They're cast off. Yep. Definitely need to train lightning bolt. It's nice. 4.2. Take the 3 leather. I can plane. Oh, seems to be the end. Oh, and then the trail continues. Awesome. So, from 26. Fourteen. Into 15. 20. Free leather. So nice. So we just need to make a quartz thread purchase. And we'll be good to go.
What now? Our time will come. Beware the
I'm listening. Embrace the shadow.
Be quick about your business. Trust no one.
I'm listening. Do not seek death. Goodbye. What is it? Do not seek death.
Who wants to buy the fine?
Hello?
Probably. I'll be doing Mulgore soon.
Trust no one.
Yeah. So back to Juratar for now then. That's about it. So, camera scraps, marines stuff, and should have trained my skills. Shaman was inside here, I think. There we go. What we want. And I'm going to update it. Earth shock, lightning bolt. Stone rankle. The taunt. Lightning shield, rock bite 2. Steam attack power. Adds 11 minimum damage. As far as Reach Fire Chasm is concerned, I don't generally end up going there until level 16 or 17 when I've got all of the request unlocks done. Like all the starter zones cleared and that as well. Okay. Sounds like the place is swarming with people. Suppose we should keep drinking water. Um, lightning bolt's kind of a 1-for-1 mana to damage, just slightly less than on average. Earth shock is still horribly mana inefficient. Lightning shield. Still less efficient than it's less efficient than the lightning bolt. However, you can prep it in advance, so has the benefit being active while your mana bar is full. Yes. Okay. Spawn. Found another bag. So respawn. Somebody else coming to do the quest. Fight them, I guess. Come. Come. Ah, scraps them. And then we need 3 sailors. I just made it like we could hear they were coming. I'm not gonna kill the quest mob without them. Um, we've got our canvas, we've got our betrayers done. Got this hunting quest pouch. Put in the bank. just sold.
What do you need? Go forth to victory. Down. Strength. Go with honor.
Sell this.
Speak, friend. Be safe.
So this one hands in Orgrimmar. Do soon. That one hands in on the tower back behind us. But we want to do on the wreckage. It's a quest that's basically out on its own. The water here. Very easy to do. Especially if there's not other people here. You only need to get 3 sets of gnomish tools. And one here, one over the other side. So get up for breath, swim down. Sometimes there's even a chest here as well. Usually just over the other side of the ship. Go over here, grab. Yep, chest is there as well. So grab that. Come down. Last toolbox. Quest done. 1 breath, 1 swim. Super easy. Yeah, I think it gets sold. But still an extra silver. Silver, almost silver, half. Good. We can do sack of supplies if it doesn't look like we're going to get things finished. We 1,500 XP to level.
Strength and honor. horde. Go forth to victory. Loktar. Strength.
We eliminate both level 7 quests, then hitting 10 same time would be perfect.
Loktar. Go with honor.
Which I think we will do. Half an hour left on Hearthstone. I think that fits in super nicely, actually. Um, there's the bag. Nope. Having that one. Yep. Okay. Bend it. And go in the bank. Actually, craft the linen cloth. Put some stuff. Hey, nice. Yeah, the paladin hit 60 this morning, so we've started Shaman. Feels good to be back on Horde. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, 3 down, 6 to go. Yeah, there were once again lots of yeah. I'm just not a fan of a lot of them. It's so weird, their attitudes. so many of them just they don't want to wait for other people, they don't want to help other people, they just want to rush, 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 rush. It just feels bad. It's not pleasant to play with. That's for sure. But I mean, we did equally find some decent players to play with as well. So it's not all bad, but it does tend to make like random pickup groups rather frustrating. So imagine doing what was it? The Arathi Elite quests. So on Horde, people are generally happy to assist the rest of the group, get everybody onto the same step or stage, and then ride back and forth the ridiculous number of times to and from the keep, so that the whole thing gets completed and everyone's happy. Look at Alliance, the group that I found. There was one person who was on like the quest step before everybody else. So they went off to a tunnel somewhere to kill one mob and then came back. And the rest of the group wouldn't wait around and kill one ogre shaman for them so that they were on the same step as everybody else. They just left and said, well, you know, we're finished. Good luck. But you still need a 5-man group to do the ogre tower. So then the group disbanded completely and didn't finish the quest because they didn't have 5 people. What? I, like, what do you say to that? Like, the logic is just... It makes no sense. But it wasn't like it was just one of them saying it. You know, that nobody else spoke up and said, you know, it's just one ogre. Let's just get him on the same stage as everybody else is. It's very odd. It's counterproductive. It doesn't help anyone. It just straight up makes no sense. But there you go. They were more interested in being done with the quest that they were on and not thinking about the rest of the chain. I don't know. I said they're just weird. There are a lot more people who want to like rush in dungeons as well. And you know, if you ask them to slow down, or even to the point where, like, I would want to, as a tank, line of sight pull mobs to a corner so that I could group them up and then use consecration to get AoE threat on everything. You'd be mid-pull and they'd just charge in and start blasting. And you can't group anything up and you can't get AoE threat on anything because everything's running everywhere. But they won't listen. And if they only start doing that partway through the dungeon, you're kind of stuck with it, unfortunately.
Speak, friend. Be safe. Go forth to victory.
We go level 10. Close calls. Sort of, but
Welcome to Orphan.
also sort of not.
Come to serve the
I mean, I would... There were some times where I definitely needed to use cooldowns. But, like, I would always be away and out of the combat before needing to use all of the cooldowns. So there would always still be like a bubble or lay on hands left. So not I would say not close calls in the same way as you might describe close calls that I had on the warrior, for example. Like there were always options left. Well, I wouldn't say almost. I mean, like, I'll need to finish this shaman and then get halfway through the next character as well to be completely halfway. But I think it's going well. I mean, shaman's another one of those tricky classes. And I think I'll probably do a druid next. So that can be another tricky class. We got him tongue. We've got flame shot. And we've got strength of earth. Yeah. I think getting shaman and druid out of the way will kind of feel better, I guess. Shaman has got some escape tools, but I mean, it does have healing as well. But I mean, it also has less armor than a warrior does, for example. I'm not sure whether I want to go alchemy or engineering though. I'm going skinning leatherworking early, of course. But that's just to craft some early gear because we're a leather worker, and use leather armor. But mostly just extra starting coin. I think Shaman's meant to be one of the harder classes to hit 60 on. So I figure get the hard ones out of the way early. And then if failure is going to happen, it'll happen. I think I'm pretty good with gauging how mobs interact though. I think once you've safety pulled everything with a warrior, there's not much more to worry about. I have muscle memory built up. I mean, I try and use similar skills on similar buttons, I guess. That helps a little. I mean, I think a lot of it is just judging what you can and can't do appropriately. Um, Like some people have a tendency to try and tackle every situation like head on. Just I've got to pull everything. I've got to fight everything. But very often you can pull things off the sides and not fight 5 mobs at once, but fight one, and 2, and it might take a bit longer. It might be less fast, but if you try and fight the 5 things at once and something goes wrong, then you're more than in trouble. You know, it's almost a certain that you're going to perish at that point. Or you see people rushing, like trying to do Defias looters and pillagers at a level that is the same level, or going to Loch Madan and doing the Trog Cave when you're the same level as the mobs in there, and then getting salty and annoyed that your character's dead. It's,
What are you looking for?
you know, it's like you've done the very dangerous, daft, stupid thing that you know is daft and stupid. Why? Why have you done this? Well, you knew it was going to be dangerous with higher aggro ranges, and you've gone in alone as a warrior, and you're now wondering why things are dangerous and awkward at the back of a cave with respawns. Sometimes you just need patience and sanity. And if you don't have those things, then you'll fail, unfortunately. I mean, you see it on Horde as well, people trying to do Skull Rocket level 10, like Gazuz at level 10. I mean, it's honestly, it's a hard enough, close enough fight for a warrior to fight Gazuz at level 14, let alone level 10. But people still do it though, and they still get angry and frustrated afterwards too. you've noticed that most people continue to play risky even after dying multiple times. Yeah, they do. It's often to do with ego, or some people they just don't like to learn. They just think, oh, I can beat the system. Mm. Um, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's a mathematical system. It isn't designed to be beaten. It's designed to be modeled to adjust your playing experience based on level difference and other factors. So
What do you mean? May your blades never dull.
you know, like it's because it's a mathematical system. Like you can you can use it to your advantage. You can do good things with it. You know use that knowledge to know like what you can and can't get away with, what you know what you're able to accomplish, and you can use your knowledge of that system to help you better understand your limits. But it's not there to be beaten; it's there to be understood, and it's only by understanding it that you'll do better. What are they saying? Okay. Oh, no, it despawned. That was. It's questing level experience. It's horrible. Like it feels disjointed. Um, it's Ogma. This is the quest we want.
Blood and thunder.
Um, for you the biggest problem is you've never done the higher level quests before, unfamiliar with the pitfalls. I mean, I've not done alliance quests before, aside from like the one time in Wrath, but even then I had heirloom gear and was leveling in dungeons largely rather than questing. So I didn't. I saw a few quests, but nothing that particularly stood out. And honestly, like a lot of the high level quests um, are shared between both Horde and Alliance. So, or alternatively, if some of the quests are Alliance only, they are very similar to the Horde ones. So it's like a reskinned thing with a slightly different name. Um, just tell them. Yeah, I think I'll. So yeah, each of the Alliance early zones sort of it seems to be split into early and late quests, and you can do one set of quests, but then you're too lower level to properly do the later ones, and so you're forced to go elsewhere. You don't have a choice, basically. And so it feels like you need to do like a circuit of various places, but you're not really like led there by the breadcrumb quests particularly. You're sort of left to your own devices, so you just need to wander around and vaguely figure it out. Whereas quests on the Horde side tend to have a much better flow, that one set of quests leads to the next area, which leads to the next area, which gives you maybe a choice, and then you can kind of choose your own path rather than wanting to continue but having hit a dead end, not having a path at all. And most like, and you would go AFK in South. Yeah, they're well, it's not just AFKing. South Shore has like high-ish level assassins. I think they're level 37 or 38 or something like that. But of course, if you're going to South Shore, you're generally going through South Shore initially at around level 30. So the assassins have quite a big aggro radius on low levels going through the zone. It's not ideal. But the assassins do drop an item which starts a quest, so they do have a purpose. So this quest, Fungal Spores, is the pre-quest to unlock the weapon that we want. But you probably have seen me do this before, Ace. Oh, double spawn. Oh, we'll go to the one without the mob trolling on top of it. Seem to be another couple of people here. Yeah, for the benefit of people who don't know, the quest after Fungal Spores rewards a super amazing weapon. It's a staff with really high damage, stamina. Level 10 Fungal Spores becomes available, and although, like in this area, got level 12 to 14 mobs, I think it is, you're able to happily avoid them quite easily. And you can complete this quest without fighting a single thing. Barons at 10 is not scary. You don't have to fight anything here at all. And the road, aside from like the two like Kolkar Centaur patrols, the road is entirely safe. And the only thing you have to vaguely watch out for is the Alliance patrol. Need to turn rare spawns on, I remember. But as long as you're paying attention, it's not dangerous at all. I mean, obviously, I'm not looking to do any questing here at 10, other than grab this and then the follow-up, which has us run to Thunderbluff. There might be perhaps too many other players here at the moment. Certainly on this layer, looking for these spores. Thought I saw one. With any luck, that's appeared where they've cleared the mobs already. Yep. We go, just one more. It's so worth it. The staff damage we've got at the moment is 8 to 13, and damage on the Cauldron Stirrer I think starts at like 25 or something. It's a lot. The last spore. Well, I'll show you in a minute. We've got the 4 fungal spores that spawn like these little mushrooms around the lake, which is this quest. And we have to complete this quest to get the follow-up quest, which is the one we really are interested in. This is just something we have to do. Don't have a choice. We're looking to get the Cauldron Stirrer. No, it's not Wailing Caverns yet. We're only level 10. But this quest, Fungal Spores, becomes available at level 10. You can't do it before. So immediately we hit level 10, we come to the Barrens, go to the Crossroads, pick up the Fungal Spores quest, head to the Forgotten Pools, swim about in the safety of the water, away from the mobs, because the spores, most of the spores, appear on the water's edge. So you can get in there and be safe completely. You know, like there's absolutely no danger grabbing this quest at all. And the follow-up has us run to Thunderbluff to do a timed delivery, but that you have an hour to complete it or something. So again, there's no difficulty or chance of failing it, you know. But the quest reward is, the low level is insane. Like most, like if I wanted to buy like a two-handed sword or an axe or a mace or something, it would cost me something like 50 to 75 silver or something. Now he has to do his nonsense talking, and then we'll be able to pick up the follow-up. So bring the spores to Apothecary Zamor in Thunderbluff, and this is the staff that we get. 3.10 speed, more than double the DPS of our current one, base damage 25 to 38 instead of 8 to 13. Very nice, but it's the scale of the benefit that's, you know, it increases minimum damage by, what's that, 17. Oh, and you can also get some swiftness potions as well as an extra benefit. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. But it's worth the run. I would say. I mean, there's a reason I do it on every character. It's just so good. And as I said, the other alternative is spending close to a gold. I think the only class which can't wield and use the staff at low level, I think, is rogue. I think every other class, horde side, that is, can use, because Alliance don't have something that's, well, I say Alliance don't have an equivalent. They do have equivalent, like, weapons from quests, but not something that you get at level 10, and also not something that requires no combat to obtain. I think that's the main point. So, like, the Alliance weapon rewards, there's one in Dummerow, but you have to fight level 11 Elite Yeti for it. And you can kind of either fence hop for ages with thrown weapons, or if you can do 50% of its health, you can kite it to a guard, and then the guard will help. But, you know, those things have their downsides. There's also a staff that you can get from the Hogger Elite Quest in Elwyn Forest. The disadvantage with that one, of course, is that should you be a class that either can't use staves at all, or doesn't start with knowledge of how to use them, the only place that you can learn where to use them is Darnassus, which is rather far away from Stormwind. So it's like great quest reward. Can't use it. As far as rogues are concerned, I think it's better to save up some money and, unfortunately, purchase a green weapon. You can get a good green offhand for Alliance rogues. That's pretty easy. But I think the main hand works better as buying it with silver. I think it costs about, it's either 34 or 45. I forget which. But there's a nice sword that you can buy in Balsamar in Loch Medan. And you can get that around level 8, I think. And you can usually make money doing lots of skinning around the cave. Like the Wendigo cave near Caranal. There's almost always players there fighting them, so very often they don't have skinning themselves, so you just follow them around and take all the corpses. So we've got all the flight points now as well, of course. We're going to run to Thunderbluff, and I want to do the starting area quests here. So as we're going to go and run to Thunderbluff, I'm going to spar Hearthstone in Bloodhoof Village for now. Yeah, what other character he was doing. Warrior. Unsure.
Well met. Farewell. How? May the eternal sun shine upon. Hail. Be careful.
Okay, here we go. Blood Village.
What brings you here? Go in peace.
Sing Azanchi. Picking up these couple of quests just in case we see swoops. Also,
What brings you here? Walk with mine.
also in case we find a swoop gizzard on one.
Looking for something special?
Buy the basic fish.
We shall meet again.
So we'll keep an eye out for swoops. Okay, first one, swoop gizzard. Quest complete. Lots of hand-ins prep.
What's up? Keep it real. Be good. Have a good one. Hey, how you doing? Keep it real.
Okay, so I'll get the Dark Moon Fair buff. Is damaged by 10%. Okay. Many a false step is made, standing still. Gonna fill our bank up with even more leather.
Ancestors watch over you.
Peace, friend. Farewell.
Yes. Our time will come.
Grab the swift potions.
Victory for Sylvanas.
So this is the Golden Stirrer, and buffed our damage goes from 33 to 40 to 58 to 73. That it is crazy. Crazy good. And we'll path to Bloodhoof Village. And then I think that is really the perfect point to leave it for today. All set to start in Morgul. So for now, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.